Hello and welcome to the Engerati studio. I'm Rob Martin. I'm joined here by Stefan Sadnicki, Managing Director Europe for Copperleaf. Welcome. Let's talk about asset management. What's the new role of asset management for utilities?
So asset management as a discipline is certainly all around us, and we see utilities paying more and more attention to asset management best practice. Take, for example, the ISO 55000 standard. It describes asset management as the coordinated activities of the organisation to realise value from its assets. And at Copperleaf, what we feel is really important is really understanding what value means for each organisation and how they build that into their decision-making processes.
And what's the pain point for utilities that we're addressing at the moment? Or pain points?
Yeah. So utilities across Europe are facing multiple challenges. There's ageing asset bases, so assets are getting older, they're degrading, and that introduces risks in their networks. We see greater stakeholder requirements, whether that's from their customers or from the regulators or from their shareholders. As well, the changing nature of the networks, decentralized generation being a good example. But also inside the utilities as well, so desire from the employees to manage their assets better. And we also see an aging workforce. So whereas utilities have been working with the same engineers for many, many years who have fantastic knowledge of all their assets built up inside their heads. And so we're with some of the workforce retiring, we're wanting to capture some of that knowledge and really make sure that the new breed of asset managers have all of that knowledge in there to play with.
So what does the new breed of asset manager look like? Is this a new graduate with coding capabilities? What are we talking about?
So asset management is a multidiscipline nature. So it's really people with cross-functional skills, whether that's engineering, finance, accounting, and that's what we see. We see asset management bringing together an organisation so that the whole organisation understands the definition of value, understands which risks are most important to the organisation, what investments can add value, and that's what we do as Copperleaf. We try to support our clients develop their optimal investment plans, understand where they should invest in their networks or in their utility, and do all of that in a consistent and transparent way to support an improved decision-making capability.
So talking about investing in the assets, what can utilities gain from enhancing their asset management capabilities? Because this is about building a business case, isn't it, to invest?
Yeah. So we see a very strong business case to improve the asset management capabilities, and it can split into different ways. On the first hand, there's certainly process efficiencies. So a lot of utilities maybe spend hours and hours fighting with Excel. And so just taking people out of Excel is a great performance efficiency opportunity. But in reality, the biggest value is about making better decisions. And we see that making better decisions either on specific investments, on specific asset decisions, or at a broader portfolio level, there's really a huge opportunity given the amount utilities are investing across their whole network.
Okay, so if we maybe fast forward 5 years, what do you think asset management will look like in 5 years that at the moment now is an idea or a theory?
So I always think asset management's about getting the right balance between data and the subjectivity element. We at Copperleaf, we have a decision support tool, and we're very keen to emphasise it's a decision support tool. But as utilities progress with their capability, there will be more data available, and we'll look to use that to inform that decision-making process.
And obviously you've got a European remit. Do you approach different parts of Europe differently in terms of their sophistication with asset management at the moment? Are they in different places? Do you have to adjust and pivot according to where you are?
So there's certainly different pockets of best practice, but ultimately the core process we're supporting is the same across Europe, with slightly different flavours, whether that's because of a regulatory requirement or the nature of the organisation. Take electrical distribution, for example. In the UK, there's a small number of relatively large distribution network operators. In other countries, for example, Germany, is much more based around municipalities, so there's a large number of very much smaller players. So that requires a different flavour of asset management.
Okay. Stefan, I think that's all we've got time for. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching, and remember there are more video interviews available on the Engerati YouTube channel. Thank you.